Chris, okay, I know you're still with us, and you picked Giannis to be your MVP this season.
And I have no regrets.
On him always. Yeah. Okay, no regrets. But are you disappointed in his performance?
Yeah, I mean, he struggled. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You mentioned the numbers, 20 points, last 3 games, 9 rebounds a game. The key factors you should look at in those last 4 games, 43% from the field for a guy that shot 58 in the regular season, and 47% from the line.
Yep.
That's the critical number. Because not only did he shoot 73% this year, he is a 74% career free throw shooters. So that shows you it was mental. It was the nerves. And that impacted the rest of his game because it looked like he got to a point where he didn't want to get fouled, didn't want to go to that line, and that shuts down your aggressiveness and everything. He got exposed to a degree. This reminds me of LeBron James' first finals appearance against the Spurs in 2007. When LeBron had been great up to that point, took out Detroit, the second bad boys and all that, and the Spurs kind of zoned him up, packed it in a little bit, made him shoot. They exposed his lack of confidence in his jump shot.
Yes.
And that forced LeBron to go back and improve. I think that's the case with Giannis. We know he's got to add the jumper, but not just a three-point shot. Work on that, but mid-range shot. If he had just had a mid-range shot where he could pull up at 15 feet, 12 feet, and just put in a jumper, that would have been different.
8 feet or 6 feet?
Yeah.
Just rise up over
that way.
No, there's no question
because
about
if they respect that part of your game, now when they hug up on you, now you can go around them and do what you do, dunk the basketball in. I'm disappointed. I'm going to give him a 10 because I believe he shrunk under the pressure. Jenny read all the stats. He was down 4 points a game, 58%, and then 58 to 43%. And then when guarded by Kawhi, he's all the way down to 35%. So in moments of the ball game, because I could see, but as a superstar player, you can't lose 4 straight. Not after being up 2-0. You got to find a way. You got to look at guys, and they get you to a 15-point lead midway through the third quarter. You got okay, this is where I need to be. I'm going to bring it home from here out. Giannis, and then walk out of the whoa, wait a minute.
What happened there?
This is the problem I got. Giannis, you ain't got enough pelts on your wall, brother, to do that.
No.
She didn't ask you anything. Now, maybe it was cold for something. She was asking you something else. But, bruh, she just asked you about experience and what do you think you need to do. And you bounce on that one? Bruh, you ain't got enough time up in the belt. Now, if you got 12 years in the league and you're like, okay, well, who do you think you are asking me this? You want to bounce after about 5 minutes? But in your situation, if there's a reporter, ask 100 questions. You answer them all. That's beneath you, Giannis. You're not LeBron. You're not KD. You're not Steph. You don't have that kind of resume to walk out on a press conference.
By the way, Malika Andrews from ESPN had written a story about how the Bucks need to win this series, if not the finals, so long-term they can keep him there, which I thought was a very positive story. I don't know if he was upset with that.
But it just came out. I wonder if he could even have seen it.
I don't know.
Didn't it come out right? Because it was based on them losing. Like, it was clearly written to if they lose, we'll run it. So
I don't know.
It looked to me like a young star player who just couldn't take the heat at that moment, and he just said, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And Chris Middleton is just like...
He seems to be an emotional guy.
Yep.
And obviously he takes it seriously. I don't know if he felt like he's going to break down at some point,
Maybe.
but I personally, I don't kill him for it. We've seen, look, I remember when LeBron lost to Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2009. He didn't. Now, I thought this was ridiculous, but everybody criticized it because he didn't shake the other guy's hands, which happens a lot, all the time with players.
I agree.
People jumped on LeBron after they lost to Dallas when he made the comment about you guys have to go back to your lives. And, I still got my grade. So it happens. This is my thing. I look at this, I was telling Shannon during the break, this is a necessary evil. I don't look at this as, Giannis is not what we thought he was. There has not been a player other than Bill Russell who has won a championship in this league, a superstar, carrying his team without adversity. The few who have done it went to teams. Magic went to Kareem. Bird had Tiny Archibald and Robert Parrish and guys who were veterans. When Wade won it in his third year, he had Shaq. So, but if you have your own team, no other stars, LeBron, Dirk, other guys, Olajuwon, Dr. J, You have got to go through adversity.
Yeah.
And this is
The
his
only other
first
one,
bit of adversity.
Tim Duncan didn't have any scar tissue.
Yeah.
And
just
he
went
had
right
Robinson, though,
I know.
the Admiral.
I got it. I was extremely disappointed, and I gave you credit all year because you saw Milwaukee coming before we did. And then right on the verge of greatness, as you said, they lost 4 in a row. They didn't even lose more than 2 in a row the whole year. Yeah. And it was mind-blowing to me how he seized up and disappeared. And you're right, it happens to the greatest. We saw LeBron seize up against Dallas in the second go-around. But this looked like exposed. This looked even more than LeBron did against the Spurs when he got swept. I know Pop, it went all the way into the first Miami series in 2013 where Pop,
Right, yes, it did.
he's just waving on defense like, get away from him, just let him shoot, let him shoot, let him shoot. So that was the book on LeBron from the start, and LeBron has pretty much closed most of that book.
Yes.
But in this case, maybe the book hasn't yet to be written, but man, I'm not sure he's got this in him. I don't know if he can learn that shot or those shots. I don't know. It looked like he got exposed almost terminally where if you can just pack the lane and force him to stay anywhere but in the lane, that he can't hurt you. He's got to get to the hoop, swoop to the hoop, and nobody can swoop better than this kid can because he's so long. But I look at what happened fourth quarter and overtime in this series. He went 11 of 27, which is 41%. What'd you say he made in the regular season?
He's 58.
58% shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the free throw line in the fourth quarter and overtime, he was 5 of 18. That's horrendous. That's getting in that Lonzo sort of.
No, what did that tell you, though?
And that's in here.
That's that pressure. That's the moment of the ball game. Like, okay, we need these. He knows what's at stake. He knows this is the Eastern Conference Finals. He knows that moment.
Because the motion is pure. I like it. It looks good to me. It doesn't look like Shaq or, where it looks clunky. He's got a nice follow through.
I believe he'll work. He strikes me as a guy, he was a really skinny kid when he came in.
Yep.
And to see now in, 5 years, he's going to be the MVP. He's going to work. He won't do what the guy in Philadelphia, the tall guy in Philadelphia, not working.
Different
my bottom line, I said this going into the series, I'm not sure he's got that basketball killer in him. I'm not sure that fire in his belly in a playoff game.
That's an interesting point. I'm not going to say he doesn't, but we haven't seen a European player, as great as a lot of them have been, Powell, Dirk, because Dirk had a lot of help from Jason Terry in 2006. They fell apart. They could have won that series against Miami. Like, we haven't – what European player has had that real killer in them like that? That's kind of they grow up playing that team ball. Like you see in the fourth quarter, he's not the go-to guy. Yeah. It's the team. Jokic, we want him to shoot more. He's got to shoot. No, fair. They grow up. It's a team.
Ginobili has it, but I don't know if he qualifies as he's South American.
You're right, Argentina. And he never had to carry. As great as he is, he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. But he didn't have to carry.
That was Duncan.
You know what I mean? Like,
because you could always go, hey, Tim, get on the block and give us a bucket.
But Manu's got killer. He was.
But yeah, that remains to be seen. But I think he's shown as much as he's improved. What, he averaged 7 points as a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, he's built it up. You see his three-point shot has improved. I'm not even concerned about, he's got to get a better three.
Right.
He'll do that.
Yeah.
But it's that mid-range.
I know.
That's
now,
what he's got to do.
I must tell you, I'm going to cringe that night if I have to watch him walk on stage and get the regular season MVP because I'm going to be too prisoner of what I just saw.
He going to walk up there?
Remember when Dirk, was it 07 when they got beat in the first round?
Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.